In 1951, World War II flying hero Mel Kurlander met a hot young British model named Cynthia Fronteras. Within a year, they were married. In 1953, Keith Kurlander was born. He appeared to have an attitude problem from a very early age. He seemed confused and bewildered by events happening around him. He barely recognized his own father. His grandfather, who was a dashing race car driver and a bit of a film buff, had left Keith an 8mm camera. When Keith was 13, he made his first experimental film. It was a B-movie plot about a mad scientist who created a protein pill that gave Keith super strength, the mad scientist also created a hair-growing pill, which caused his hair to grow at an alarming rate of speed, which then, of course, made him want to pick up an electric guitar and play at ultra-high decibels. Thereby driving the protein-laced Keith to an extreme violent reaction. Here's Keith sporting his Beach Boy look, holding a rabbit and a pussycat. Keith got caught up by the hippie movement of the late 60s, and by the time he graduated high school, he had dabbled extensively in everything except heroin and cocaine. He was playing guitar every day with his musician friend Buzz Witherall. Instead of going to college, Keith chose the less traveled path of becoming a street performer. At the time, this seemed far more promising than going to Harvard, Vassar, or Yale like his fellow classmates. His partner in crime, Dan Williams. The main problem with this career choice is that you can't make any money at it. After getting busted for pot in 1973, Keith turned his life around. He started doing yoga and became a vegetarian. And in 1974, he was the only participant at a nude-in at North Avenue Beach in Chicago. He got chased off the beach by 3 thugs wearing only his Speedos after he offered to get naked with the Kingpin's girlfriend. In 1976, he traveled to the Hawaiian island of Kauai to further his spiritual experience. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, you don't have to go to work, you don't have to pay for food, there's no phone bills to pay, you're naked, you don't need money, you don't have money, and you're living life, and you're fine. Incredible. Food's growing on trees, food's in the ocean. Everybody in the valley shared whatever they had. So we'd get together and we'd have like little lunch things, little dinner things, and it'd just be like a movable feast and a communal family, kind of like the tribe you never had. And time was like endless. It moved so slow. Every day was like an eternity. The amazing thing about living in this valley is that now I know how life can be.
as opposed to the way it is.
When he returned to civilization, he painted the primal spirit entities he had connected with after he had gone native in Hawaii. He called them the family.
When I moved to San Diego, I had a creative explosion. I was painting, I was making music, I formed this band called Idiot-Savant, and I started this TV show called Rad TV on public access, which was music videos that you wouldn't or couldn't see on MTV, and experimental video art and performance pieces.
Rad TV was controversial from the very first episode. It debuted in August 1993 on 2 stations in San Diego, after being rejected for its edgy content by Valley Cable in Los Angeles. Here's the beginning to the very first show.
Hi, I'm Z. This is Rad TV.
Totally radical.
Burn! Woo! I see that burn, baby.
I'm burning up.
It's a hoot. Yeehaw!
On the set of Rod Television in, you guessed it, California. Oh yes. Now the title, come on. Yeah, now it's on. This is called...
Good. We're coming to you live from Rad Satellite Network.
That's right. Send it to Puzzle Box, Radio Free God, Puzzle Box, the Arthur Clark, care of Arthur Clark, Rad TV. Send 599 to Radio Free God, 1-800-555, call collect in the city of Detroit. Here we go. Let me get a tight picture of that. Right there. Perfect, man. Let's electrocute. All right, man. This is how he grinds his beans. This is how they do it. This is in California, guys. This is the way they do it in California. That's how they do it.
Give it to him. Down on your knees. You gotta give it to him. Down on your knees. Oh, you gotta give it to him. Bend a little lower now. Oh, you gotta give it to him.
This is Welcome to the Rad Concept Show. This show is, it's a concept, and the concept of this show is that there's no concept. Look at the lizard, man. Look at the lizard. Oh. Okay.
Actually, I think Sid Vicious was one of the enlightened souls of our time. He lived his life according to his beliefs.
I met him on Sunset Boulevard. Oh, he was so dreamy. He touched me. It was just pure magic.
I think that God laid a big on Brad. That's right.
Deported me after my first Rad TV show. I am now living with the ancient Hajibs. I have become one of them. This is their native garb. Be looking for me when I return to America with Rad.
Like us punk is a real man. We like our meat raw.
We need more energy!
Hey, check this out. If I wasn't working tonight, I could have been behind stage and Boingo Boingo.
Although Keith had a band and a TV show, he was still delivering pizzas to make ends meet. He had a strong philosophy about the capitalist system.
Did you ever notice how work drains you out? Like this guy here. Young kid, man, right. How old are you, man? 25. He's 25, right? What's he going to do on a Friday night? He's going to go home and go to sleep. Because they sucked his soul at work. You end up trading your soul for money.
I made $400 this week.
In the world, Bob is getting down with you here tonight. Bob is getting down to help your plight. Bob is coming here to ease your strife. Come on, suckers, let Bob into your life.
Well, I'm MC Cleve, I'm a master rap. I'm a talking like my mother. Got the clap, y'all sitting down saying, oh, woe is me. Well, I'm here to tell you, it ain't worth peas. The end times is here. Time to make a big for the fuckers of the past. Whoever's gonna have to go through a rebirth. And and that means paying the spaceship Earth. Jesus will come from planet X to remove from us the pink boys' heads. In the meantime, we will have our say, get slack and fornicate every day. Knock the conspiracy on its ass, make your life a ass. Take your jokes right to the hip, make the normal suckers flip. Take the time to rape their minds, tell them to blow it out their behinds. Take all their money, get what you're worth, and continue to spurt till the rebirth.
Keith had been recording music under the name Idiot-Savant since 1980. In 1985, Keith met an experimental video producer and drummer extraordinaire named Steve Valley. Together they formed the group Idiot-Savant. Here's a segment of Steve's video.
Are these the only avocados you have?
By the third show, Rad was pulled from Escondido Cable after a number of viewer complaints.
When they pulled my show from Escondido Cable, it was a freedom of speech issue. And some people were offended by it, and of course they can turn off their TV, but instead they'd rather complain to the cable station and try and have my show pulled, which the cable company caved in, and they pulled my show.
However, by the fourth episode, Rad TV was once again on Escondido Cable, and because of the publicity, Rad TV was now more popular than ever. As Rad TV became more recognized, Idiot-Savant started gathering a following in San Diego's underground clubs. Here's some of the live performances and video.
All right. This is like Alex in the Georgie Jam.
God. It's just so great.
Well,
and they're
thank
like
you
my
so
favorite
much
group.
for calling.
I
If you'll
love
hold
them.
on,
Wow.
I'll put these in.
You really ought to come see them sometime, man. They're great. Excellent band, yeah. I love them. I love them. They're my favorite band.
I need you now. Oh, blood, you're going so hard. Oh, it's sticking in your back harder.
Unfortunately, the band broke up after a year, but Keith continued to record music and make videos under the name Idiot-Savant. Here's some of the videos he made.
I like the way it feels, I like life, yeah. I like the way it feels. I like life, yeah. I like the way it feels. I like life, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Keith, who made his living as an artist early on, always worshipped Andy Warhol. Here's some pieces he made somewhat in Andy's style. He also created a show called The Art Network, which attempted to sell fine art through direct response. In 1993, he formed a partnership to expand his post-production company with a crazed, transsexual, Gothic musician, singer, millionaire. Keith ran the facility. He also shot film, edited, and directed numerous music videos and commercials. At the same time, he met his future wife, Christy Dawson. It was a match made in heaven, and in 1995 they honeymooned in Turkey. However, Keith had an ulterior motive. He was filming archaeological sites for a movie he wanted to produce called Cult. Here's the trailer starring Todd Bridges.
What's going on with me? I don't know what I'm feeling. Just can't figure it out. Oh, God, this is trouble. I gotta understand this. What's to do with this guy? What's going on with myself? Babylon, what is this? I just don't understand. What is this? More of these people. I just don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure this out. What is that? The burning light. Death's all around me, blue liquid. What is it? I don't understand. I gotta figure this out. What is that? That blue liquid. Oh, I don't understand it. I just gotta figure this out before it's too late. What's happening to me? I don't understand.
Shannon Elizabeth also auditioned for a part in the movie.
Hi, I'm Shannon Elizabeth.
Alrighty, and action.
I really need to change brands. God. Knock it off!
Well, I guess I'll get out of your hair.
Don't leave me so soon, please. I mean, you don't understand what it's like. The media is hounding me night and day since the murder. I'm all alone.
Funding for the movie fell through, and Rad Productions dissolved when the Gothic partner got sent to jail. Keith landed on his feet, though, becoming the editor for The Howie Mandel Show in 1998.
What was that sound? What was that sound? Keith, our editor. Keith, what is that sound? That horse sound? Oh, it's you. It's you. Was that you being a horse, Keith?
Me.
Oh, exactly. It's uncanny.
It sounded a lot better in the editing room.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I just heard it. To you know, sometimes you think, oh, this sounds great. Wait till they hear it, and then they hear it, and then you realize it doesn't sound great.
Here's some outtakes from the show that would surprise Chris Rock.
It's for actual infants 1 month to 2 months old.
Wait. You're working on you're working on an infant video?
Yeah, for the
1 and 2 month olds.
Right.
What can you do for them?
Gaga. Goo goo. Gaga.
Oh, they'll love that.
Goo goo.
Yeah, they'll love that.
Baby needs mommy.
Okay.
Mommy's milk.
Okay, all right. We get the point. Enough, Mr. High Hopes.
Mommy needs mommy.
Okay,
baby
enough.
Needs mommy's
Enough.
nipple.
Stop it.
Okay.
All right. What's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah. It's just I have a little bit of a tick in my head. Just a nervous tick. I'm fine at showtime.
Oh.
Screw it!
Tourette's. No.
On my ass! My balls hurt! Testy!
Yes. It's Tommy Tourette's.
Scrotum!
Scrotum.
Okay, and I'm gonna move over my hip, my right hip.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go a little lower. And then I'm gonna stroke just the crack, the top of my crack. Not the whole crack, just the top. Oh. And then I'm gonna take that middle finger,
right.
Put 3 more fingers in my mouth.
Yeah.
In and out. In and out. And then I'm going to take that middle finger and I'm going to slowly, just slowly as any cartoon character has ever stuck his finger up his asshole. I'm going to slowly put just the tip of my fingernail in, and it's going to hurt because I haven't clipped my nails in about 2 months.
Oh.
So I'm going to feel that initial pain, that twinge of pain as the nail clips on my cartoon fleshy asshole. And I'm going to push down
Okay,
and rock.
Mr. High Hopes,
Yeah.
Mr. High Hopes, hold that thought. We'll be back with more right after this. Florence Henderson's coming up. Stay right where you are.
Thank you.
After the Howie Mandel show got canceled, I was having an espresso over at Starbucks, and Dennis Woodruff pulled up in his Dennis Woodruff mobile. And I'd been thinking about making a documentary with him for years. And I said, hey Dennis, how you doing? Come on over. Came on over, we talked for a little bit. We started shooting, that was like a Saturday. We started shooting on Monday for 5 days to create Dennis Woodruff Superstar.
Back to the crack, I said, huh? Back to the crack.
Dennis Woodruff, the world's most known, unknown actor. This struggling thespian has become an icon in Hollywood by advertising himself with a fleet of ever-changing art billboards on wheels. This is the story of Dennis Woodruff, Superstar.
All right, back to the crack, I said. Hey, child mama, don't get your feet dirty. Let me help you up and don't be in a hurry. I gotta go, mine is sitting around home. The such over there will be so alone.
I'm a Hell's Angel now. Now I'm gonna get you.
Thanks.
On TV. Dude. Hi, my name is Dennis Woodruff. I'm an actor. I just thought I'd do my audition here at Taco Bell in Hollywood. It's great to see you, and I'm glad you could join our little party here. So please vote for me for new movie star in Hollywood.
That's mold, right?
Yeah, that's mold.
That's pretty bad, man.
No, it's not bad at all. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm developing a new vaccine for cancer.
Experiment, huh?
And what I've done is I've taken common dog food and I've laid it out here in a pan and let it form this moss. And hopefully I can dissect this and put it in a test tube and inject it into someone's veins, and it could stop cancer growth.
Does your dog eat that mold?
No, he doesn't touch. I told him this is my experiment,
Yeah.
so he leaves it alone. But he likes to look at it and see how it's doing. And people, come out! And people, come out! And people! I know you're hiding in here. Hold on. Are you an ant person? Are you? Reveal yourself. You are, aren't you? I can see your tentacles. You're one of the little people, the ant people. Ooh. If you love what you do for a living and you have a passion about it, then you'll be good at it. And I love show business. And I like it, so I can do just as good as any bad actor.
After being completely frustrated and trying to get Dennis Woodruff Superstar into film festivals, and going to some film festivals and seeing what kind of crapola they put on the screen, I said to myself, why not create my own film festival? So I did.
All the entries for the festival had to be digitally created. Keith saw this as the future of film. Directors flew in from around the world. It was a great event and a great party. However, it lost money and Keith went back to his day job. Today, Keith is more in love with his wife than when they got married, and he has 2 beautiful daughters. Even though the responsibilities of marriage, kids, and full-time employment sap most people's creative juices, this director, editor, musician, artist, yoga master, and entrepreneur still manages to enjoy the zaniness of life.